Okay, welcome on board, and just trying to get a connection right at this point. Uh, okay, good evening and welcome to Head to Head. Our conversation tonight, I believe, will help us move ahead in the year 2021. Before I say Happy New Year, I would say that what will transform your year is not necessarily a new year resolution, like a lot of people like to ask, what's your new year resolution? Rather, a new you revelation. A new you revelation. A new light must shine on your inside, and that light will reflect on your insight. New light shining on your inside will affect your insight and your approach to life. And one of the most powerful insights that any human being can have is the insight to discovering personal purpose, discovering why you were born, understanding the most important reason why you are on the earth will give you an edge in life. So I want to welcome you from every part of the world, wherever you are joining us from tonight. My names remain the same. My name is Noah Toluleke Afeoluakpe, also known as Mr. Purpose, the founder of Nigeria's first self-discovery and leadership academy, the Purpose School. I'm a preacher of the message of purpose. I'm a self-discovery and leadership coach, and also an inspirational speaker. I have a guest that will join us tonight, and this is our first live session for the year 2021, and we believe what we have to discuss tonight is very crucial, especially at these times. Pursuing purpose and profitability. Pursuing purpose and profitability. Please, if you can hear me, can you just type on the comment section that you can hear me? I want to say thank you to those who have joined us tonight live, the Ayomide Samuel. Thank you for joining. And to my lovely, exquisitely beautiful wife, very intelligent, my partner for life, helping me with my vision for life and doing life with me. Favor, I love you. Thank you for joining. We are talking about a subject that is needed, relevant, and is timeless. Because even from Bible days, men and women have been about. Okay, thank you very much. You can hear me. Men and women, you see throughout scriptures. If you are a believer and a Christian, the Word of God should be our foundation. But we'll see even from Bible days, individuals who, because of personal reasons, prejudices, fear, ignorance, or whatever reasons, you see individuals who, though knew why they were on the earth, they decided to go against God's purpose. In the case of Jonah, he knew he was sent to Nineveh, but he was disobedient to that purpose.
Wait, am I hot?
But throughout scriptures, we also see that God.
Yeah, yes, I'm hot. Good. Good evening.
Wow. Good evening, sir. Oh, coincidentally, we are both wearing blue.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
Same to you too. Good to see you.
So good to see you. And this haircut, I saw the picture you posted where you had a sharp haircut.
It's for young boys like us. It's for young boys like us.
Young boys in the billionaire.
Older people like you should not have this kind of haircut.
So young boys like us in this billionaire club.
Good to be here with you tonight.
Same here, sir. So tonight we're talking about something I'm very passionate about, which I'm very aware you're also very passionate about,
Mm,
pursuing purpose
mm.
and profitability. Pursuing purpose and profitability. You
Great.
know, being rich in impact and also
Mm,
being rich in income, being rich in
great.
impact, influence, and then what is coming to the man that is impacting lives should also be commensurate to the value that is being given out.
Let me first greet your beautiful wife, Madam Favor.
Oh, thank you.
It's good to see you tonight. I can see that our size has doubled. Thank, thank you for
Well,
the good things that you are doing, sir.
so at least to the glory of God, under 365 days, we have
Yes, sir.
produced one fruit in our marriage.
Yes, sir. That's a good one.
So we're a profitable couple, you
Yes,
know.
sir. That's a good one.
And the interesting thing about fruits is that fruits come from a tree, right?
Mm,
All fruit,
mm.
there's no fruit you see hanging in the sky. And
Yeah,
there are no two fruits that are the same in the
exactly.
makeup, but
Exactly.
the, but the same principles are obeyed before a tree can
Mm.
become fruit. So,
That's
firstly,
true. That's true.
if a tree has to be planted, must
Mm-hmm.
develop root, and
Mm-hmm.
then that tree must be watered consistently, and that
Mm-hmm.
tree must
Mm-hmm.
expose its branches and leaves to sunlight.
Yes,
And
sir.
the course of time, that
Mm.
tree will
Mm.
produce fruit. Now, if the tree goes through all these processes and after
Mm-hmm.
many seasons, we still
Mm-hmm.
do not find the expected fruit on that tree,
Mm.
then
Mm.
we begin to investigate. Why is this tree enjoying so
Not
much
producing.
nutrient,
Mm.
not
Mm.
producing what is expected of it?
Mm.
But we have never also seen a case where a mango tree that is not yet in its season, because it is the season for maybe which, let me see which fruit is recycled often. Let's say maize. Looks things that
Okay.
people are eating corn. Oh, the season for corn.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
changes and says, I want to start producing corn because corn is what is reigning in the market. So that's the balance I want us to draw tonight. Now we see it, and it's common in this part of the world. We are in Nigeria. In case you're joining us from America, South Africa, Dubai, London, we are Nigerians, but we are global in our approach to things. So we see that phenomenon in our nation where once people see a certain business producing profits or money, you just see a lot of people jump into that space, crowd that space, and a lot of people get their fingers burnt and say uh, it's not working. You see a lot
Yeah.
of people now in comedy, a lot of young people now in music. There was a time everybody wanted to be a footballer because of the profitability in quote. So tonight we want to balance it, talking about
Great.
purpose discovery and balancing that with profitability as well. Because if you are an apple tree, sir, and I'm a
Mm.
pineapple, I'm supposed
Mm.
to produce pineapple,
Mm.
then I should stay with my originality and identity, yet
Mm.
find the
Mm.
wisdom necessary to now produce the fruitfulness that is required of me. I should not give the excuse that it's because I'm pineapple that I'm not sought
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going
Yeah.
to talk about today. In
Mm.
2021, 2020, there was total lockdown all over the world, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a test of both identity, of
Mm-hmm.
relationship, of the
Mm-hmm.
power of negotiation, and also the
Mm-hmm.
creativity
Mm-hmm.
everyone in business all over the world. So, sir, how was 2020 for you? And what were the things that helped you? Let's start from there. What were the things that helped you
Yeah.
to stay afloat all the
Great.
issues?
Great. Great. So 2020 was a good year, but it was a challenging year all over the world. Everybody experienced the troubles of 2020. 2020 came with so many troubles for virtually everybody all over the world. However, when it comes to living out our purposes, when it comes to profiting from what we do, quite a number of us found a way around it. It was not a year that we all expected that things were going to be the way that they turned out. But then, as the times went by, as the year went by, we got into adaptability mode. We got into learning new things. You remember the US military concept of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. That was the situation where we found ourselves all over the world, where you think that from December 2019 up until March, that probably the rate of infection will be going down, but it was rising. Where we thought that the rate of deaths will start reducing by August, but it was rising. Where we thought that by now we would have been free from COVID-19, and it's still growing and going up. So yeah, so it's 2020 was a year that was challenging for everybody all over the world. For some of us, still, to the glory of God, were able to scale to some extent, and thankfully, we did not catch up with the virus, or the virus didn't catch up with us. To the glory of God, I know some people do not believe that it exists, but then some of us have. So, in Yoruba, for those who are in Africa and Nigeria, we say that the person that is concerned that knows. so, so yes, yes,
For those who don't understand it, but that just means what he said.
exactly. But then 2020 was a good year. We thank God for 2020. To some extent, we're still alive. We're able to cross over from 2020 to 2021. Personally, for me, business wasn't bad. It should have been better, but it was good. It should have been better, but it was good. The places where we thought money would not come, money couldn't come out from, money came out from them in 2020. And so, it was in 2020 I started dealing for my coaching program in foreign currencies, and fantastically, people were patronizing me, and I was making money in foreign currency. So 2020, I started a lot of investment that were in foreign currencies, just to scale over the issues of devaluation of naira and how some of African currencies were not doing well. So 2020, though challenging, was still a good year.
But it's of new opportunities. I'm joining you in that WhatsApp group of earning in foreign currencies. As at this moment.
Let's be there.
So the beauty of the difficult seasons is that it also opens up unique opportunities. What helped you in spotting your own unique opportunities last year? So what can you please quickly share that with us?
So to start with, I will say that opportunities are possibilities waiting for human intervention. Human intervention there, I mean actions. Human intervention to become realities. Let me say that again. Opportunities are possibilities waiting for human interventions to become realities. So opportunities are possibilities in their potential forms. Opportunities are possibilities in their raw states, in their raw forms. It is how you interrupt the process. It is how you step into the equation. It is how you interrupt the process. It is the actions that you take. It is the actions that you take on opportunities that helps you convert them to realities. So opportunities are things that are in their raw state. You need to interrupt the process. You need to jump in. You need to spot them. You need to process them. You need to work on them before they can become your current day reality. So in 2020, there were opportunities in those difficult times. There were opportunities to scale from terrestrial operation of services to online. There were opportunities that comes with having to engage with people all over the world without any boundary. There were opportunities of sitting back at home and doing everything that you thought you would need physical presence to do. There were opportunities that has to do with online sales that spikes and went viral. There were so many opportunities, but you see, one of the challenges with opportunities is that when you are in the frame, you don't see the picture. When you are in the frame, you don't see the picture because you are the one in the frame. You are the one in the frame. You don't see the picture. And so one of the things that did help people to enjoy 2020 or to manage through or scale through 2020 was because they could not build the network of people that can help them spot the things that they were not, the things that they didn't have the capacity to see themselves. And that is one of the reasons why everybody needs a coach. You need somebody, you need an accountability partner. You need a friend that will tell you the truth, that will tell you point blank how things are. You need a fourth eye. You have two eyes. You need that person that has two to help you to see some things. And that's why association matters a lot. In difficult times, it is people that will come to your rescue. And those were some of the things that I leveraged on during difficult times, to see through the eyes of others, to be able to ask people, how do you feel about this? To have mentors that I can call to say, these are the challenges that I have. To have mentors that can call me as mentee, to say that, can we run this by you? What do you think about this? And so there will never be a time on this planet Earth that we will not need to engage with people. So network, building network and belonging to a community and an association, belonging to a mastermind group, having people in your corner helps you all the time to spot opportunities, even the ones that you cannot see. So the truth of the matter is there are countless opportunities rolling around us on a daily basis. But the truth of the matter is the human nature is designed in such a way that there is limits to which you can do. We are all limited. The only person that is unlimited is God. Everybody has limitations. Everybody has limitations. And that's why we will always need ourselves. That's why a man will need a wife, because the wife will help him to meet some situations. That's why they call him helpmeets, right? Every woman will need an husband to help with in some areas of life. So that's how we are built. There are things that you will not be able to do all by yourself, that you need another person to join forces with you to do with you. And that's why one will chase 1,000, two will chase much more. Yeah. So it's about having people. May we not get to a place in our life where we don't have people to call on, because really that's how life goes by. That's how life goes by. So opportunities, it is important to build network. It is important. That's how you see. That's one of the ways where you actually see and support opportunities, to have people in your corner to welcome.
Okay, sir. So getting into the crux of the matter tonight, I listened to Dr. Miles Monroe till his death. I think I started paying attention to his wealth of wisdom from the year 2000, precisely from the year 2000. You know, I came out, I would say God used a setback as a setup for my life's purpose to be discovered 20 years ago. So I survived an Okada accident that ought to have killed me. But coming out of that accident, I had discovered what I was born to do. It was in the seed form, raw form. And I stumbled on a book that Dr. Miles Monroe wrote, Maximizing Your Potential. And on the front page, he wrote, Keys to Dying Empty. You know, and that was what got my attention. This is a young teenage boy that just survived an accident, you know, that would, you know, so I just escaped death. And then there is a man talking about keys to dying empty. So I devoured that book and I was set on fire. And I saw the possibility of living a complete, full life, of finding out what God, the Creator, put inside you as a human being in the seed form, but it is not meant for you. It is meant for you to discover it, develop it, then deploy it and distribute it for the benefit of humanity. So that book set me on fire, and it paved the way for everything that I've been doing in the last 20 years, but still want to do. But this is the year that I see as, because it's the second year or the first year in a new decade. And some of the things he said, which we still glean from, is that the graveyard in his opinion, which I believe and I agree with, is like like the richest place on the surface of the earth, because we have thousands or possibly millions of people that died with their potential untapped, with books never written, businesses never built, songs never sung, artistic work never designed, things that were possibilities, but the human intervention or action needed was not there. So they went to the grave with all the riches God put in them that was meant to enrich the world. So that is what the passion we have at the Purpose School is. And that's why we brought you on board to share with listeners tonight that 2021 is a new year. It's a new calendar. It's like a blank check has been given to every human being that survived the COVID season to really now look at your life and say, okay, do I just want to die with having gone through the cycle of I was able to pay my bills, pay my rent, get married to somebody who just wanted to marry me, and we're able to give birth to children, and we just live that cycle. All we did was survive. And that's what we want to establish as a foundation tonight. I always say to people, it's not a new resolution that will change your life, but a new you revelation. Not a new year resolution, but a new you revelation. A revelation of who you truly are. Because I believe the older we get, the wiser we should become. Balancing impact with income and positioning heavenly values through natural human ventures. So displaying the wisdom of God through the services that we provide, because the wisdom of God is wired into our potential. So the fish can swim, but the bird cannot. But it does not mean the bird is useless, but the bird is unique in its own space and sphere. So comparing those two creatures will be setting one of them up for failure. Really begins at the discovery of purpose, but it does not end there. And that's where I would like you to build on tonight. How to now build on the discovery you make towards becoming profitable.
Great. Thank you for laying that background. So purpose, actually, the discovery of that word discovery connotes in the etymology of words. It's the same word as the word discovery. It's the same word as finding as you go along. So the discovery of purpose is a journey. Even if you have figured out that you're supposed to be a teacher, the process of becoming a teacher and the process of living the life of a teacher that's the word. It's a process. It's a journey. It's a journey. So for every purpose, there is an unfolding. For every purpose, there is an unfolding. For those who are of the Christian faith, when he told Abraham to get thee out of your father's house and from amongst your people, he didn't tell him when you get out of the door, you are going to turn right, or you are going to turn left, or you are going to go straight. At some point, everybody will have to get on that journey and begin to discover, either by intuition, by revelation, by knowledge, or whichever means, begin to unfold our individual greatness. All right. So, but then there is how profitability, there is how resources ties into living our lives and into uncovering our purposes and discovering what we are wired to be. And it is such that, so the question on the mind of a typical African tonight would be, are you saying that I have to make money from my purpose? Growing up, we've always had that debate that how about if your purpose is not about making money? How about if your purpose is not about generating income? While I would not want to go into that argument, I think what we want to focus on tonight will be that whatsoever at all that you are called to do, whatsoever at all that you're wired, designed, and that you have figured out to do, there is a way to generate resources from it. There is a way to generate resources from it. The word selling is a general term that is accepted all over the world. Selling and money, there is nowhere you get to in the world where they will say they don't understand what you mean by selling. There is no way you get to all over the world where they will tell you that they don't know what is called money. So selling and money are two common denominators that speaks for generating income and resources as you fulfill your purpose. So the question will be, as I begin to uncover my purpose as a class teacher, as I begin to live out my life as a purpose preacher, as I begin to live out my life as a university instructor, as I begin to live my life as a market trader, or as a beautician, or as a counselor, as a coach, as a computer scientist, as a human resource executive, how do I begin to generate income? How do I begin to make money? And that question is the question that everybody under heaven must begin to ask or continue to ask at all times, to say that what can I sell? How can I sell my skill? How can I derive money? How can I get money from what I do? So I personally believe that there is nothing you do on this earth that you cannot generate income from. There is nothing. There is nothing. If you know how to sleep, you can make money from sleeping. Oh yes. If you know how to sleep, as in you have all the tactics of sleeping. You have you have all the ways to sleep. If you know how to sleep, you can make money from sleeping. Very simple. Just write tactics to sleeping. Just write it in a book and sell the book. Just write it in a book and sell the book, and you make money. There are people who are struggling to sleep right now. Some people's legs are hard in the hospital right now. They are having to inoculate them before they can sleep. So if you have solutions to sleep, why not recommend those solutions so that people can sleep? Why not begin to have online courses on how to sleep? Why not develop an app that makes people sleep? So if you like to lazy around, if you are the type that likes to fool around, if you feel that that's what you are called to do, to be fooling around, no problem. You can still make money from fooling around. Just begin to tell people how to. If you are making money from fooling around, or you know that people can still put food on their table while they are fooling around, why not? Just package it in a book for people. Package an online course for people. I see, fool around and make money. And people will want to find out if truly they can fool around to make money. And people who like to fool around like you, they will buy your book. And then if truly they can make money, they will make money. So every purpose has a profit line attached to it. Every purpose, every area of purpose has a way of making money. So, the analogy that you gave earlier on, which I would now like to fuse together with what I have to say. So that you are a pineapple, and it is not pineapple season, is not an excuse for not thriving in the season of apple. That you're an apple, that you're an apple, and we are not in the season, and we are not in the season of apple, is not an excuse for not doing well in the season of pineapple. No, it is not. It is not. The current day age that we live in requires that you make yourself relevant in all seasons. I wish I can get, for those who are the Christian faith, I wish I can get a Bible verse to support that, so that you can believe me more. To say that you have to be seasoned at all times.
There be instant in season and out of
You have to be instant in season and out of season. That's the word. That's the word. That's the word. So don't say that it is tomato time, and because it is tomato time and I am pepper, then I will not sell during tomato season. That's not true. What stops you from conserving tomatoes when it's tomato season and preserve it so that
Making
when
it
it is
available pepper
making it
season.
available when it is out of season? That's what it means to be instant, be quick, be sharp, be smart. When your season is gone, be smart. Be smart to know when to move. Be smart to know when to take actions even when it appears as if you are not in the game. Be in the game all the time. The times are fast changing. The times are fast changing. You need to find a way to keep reinventing yourself at all times. That is what Apostle Paul told Timothy. He said, don't allow anybody look down on you. Don't allow
Yes.
anybody look down on you because you are young. That means that don't allow people look down on you because your season as per age does not come. There is nothing like that. There is what you can do. There is what you can do in this season. So be instant, be sharp, wake up. G mason so G in this time. So that exactly so that when it appears as if your season is over, you have something that you are bringing up all the time. So we can make money from whatever we do, sir. We can.
And that talks about the understanding how to process and preserve the unique value that you have to. For example, I take a cue from some of the great comedians in this nation. You see them evolving from stand-up comedy to becoming corporate master of ceremonies. So if there are no shows in the seasons where these corporate bodies are having end of year parties, they evolve and become usable by these companies as master of ceremonies, right? And some of them went ahead to even begin to package their comedy in a CD form. You see comedy by XYZ Volume 1, comedy by XYZ Volume 2. Then some went into coaching other comedians on the tips of becoming an exceptional comedian and all of that. So they have is the same seed, but they are expressing that unique value in different ways to have to appeal to different customers. There's some customers you will meet physically. There are some customers you will meet online. There are some customers you will meet through packaging that same seed in an intellectual capacity, maybe through a book or through an online course. So, and this is a very powerful point you just made, sir. So now, another thing I want you to talk about is, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. You're breaking up a little, but I can hear you.
Okay. Another thing I would like you to talk about is the quantity of value versus the quality of value. How do I move from quantity now to attracting quality returns? I have found my purpose. I am impacting maybe in my community 50 people every month, and what they can pay me is far lesser than the value that I believe I am giving out to them. So, for example, let's go to the Bible for people who are Christians. David killed a bear, killed a lion, and that was that was that was not an ordinary feat. Even some people run away from puppies, let alone the adult dog.
Yeah.
But here was a boy that killed a lion, killed a bear, but his significance did not, his season of significance did not begin until he confronted the giant called Goliath. For Joseph, he interpreted the dream of the chief butler and the chief baker right in prison. The same action of interpreting dreams, but it was until he interpreted the dream of the king the same action as well, the same service, the same purpose being deployed, but a different result. Now, some of this story, there's a dimension of the supernatural or prearranged opportunity by the hand of God. But what would you advise our listeners tonight to do while preparing to move from quantity to quality returns? If you understand what I mean by that.
Okay. Taking a cue. By the way, I have a few of my friends that have joined. Mr. Bamidele, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Sayajide. Thank you. These are fantastic people that are doing very well in their different spheres of life. Okay, so further to what you, the foundation that you laid, every vision, every purpose is location sensitive. I have seen a lot of people who have claimed that they have specificity to what their purposes are, that they have clarity to the tune of where they are supposed to execute their purposes from, which I do not dispute, which I do not argue with. But sincerely, when it comes to financial returns, there are some places where you can't thrive. There are some places where you cannot get the quality of returns that you want to get. And so that's why I said that every vision is location sensitive. We have to understand the sphere where we are playing from. We have to have an understanding of the atmosphere. You have to do a preliminary study of the environment to know what you can generate from that environment, to know what you can bring out from that place. So I would say to anyone that is in that shoe listening to us, watching us tonight, don't kill yourself, don't die in a particular location if that location is not fertile and productive. You don't plant maize in any type of soil. There are some soils that you plant in them, you plant some kind of crops in them, they die as you're planting the crop, they die then. So, and you know, if you're attributing discovery of purpose to the ultimate being, which is God, it does not do what is evil, it does not do what is bad. So, I equally want to agree that if He gives you a purpose, He has a place where that purpose can thrive prepared for you. So let not be fixated on the fact that I am called to set up my school in Ijebu-Ode, and the highest paying school in Ijebu-Ode is 100,000 naira, and you're thinking 100,000 is not sustainable for you, and you're still fixated on living in Ijebu-Ode. Every purpose requires flexibility. Every vision comes with the ability to move. I will set me upon my watch, and I will watch to see what He will say to me. And He said, write the vision and make it plain, so that he that reads it can run. So it tells you that anytime you remember your vision, anytime you remember what you are called to do, it should put fire in your bone to run towards making profit with it. It should put fire in your bone to run towards making impact with it. It should put your vision, should put you on your toes towards running after generating resources that can make you fulfill it with ease. Every purpose and vision that you have that makes you struggle, you need to check it. There's probably something you're not doing right. You need to check it. Every vision, I know that church people will have told you that every vision comes with a prearranged provision. But I tell you, if you live in an economic planet, you will have to learn how to make money. If you live in an economic planet, which obviously we all live in, money, they don't print dollars in heaven, they don't print naira in heaven. When rain falls, it is water that comes down, not naira. When rain falls, dollars does not come down. When thunder strikes, bills of dollars don't get distributed to our doorsteps. When rain falls, what comes down is water. So if you figure out that you have known what you are designed to do, if you have a vision, you must find a way to fuel it. You can't have a car and say that you don't want to go to the gas station to buy fuel. No. If you have a car, you must make money to make the car move. If you have a vision, you must find a way. You must find a way. The challenge that I have with the concepts of purpose and vision most of the time is that people spiritualize it as if God is not a realistic God. So I said that to let you know that whatsoever anybody is called to do, there is a market for every vision. There is a market for every vision. It is your responsibility to locate.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Wow. Can you hear me? There is a market for every vision. There's a market for every vision. Okay. There's a market for every vision. Such powerful statement. Now,
Apologies,
okay.
I was trying to change my Bluetooth, and
Oh,
I
okay.
think I got me disconnected.
You're back. Welcome, sir.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
for that
thank you.
statement. Let me just comment on that for everyone watching us tonight. And you know, Nigeria is filled with, Nigeria is a religious nation, right? And purpose, discovery, and fulfillment has nothing to do with religion or some of this discovery. Yes, the discovery, you make it in the realm of the spirit, but the fulfillment is done in the physical world. Now, the story of Zacchaeus, you know, came to my mind as you were talking about you have to be flexible with your purpose, is location sensitive. Zacchaeus was a short man, disadvantaged. He wanted to see Jesus Christ, and he knew this was his moment of opportunity. Now, he did feasibility studies. There was a crowd around Jesus that was going to hinder him from fulfilling his purpose, but that was the moment of opportunity for him. So rather than sit down lazily or complain that I'm short, I am broke, busted, and disgusted, there's COVID, there's COVID-19, there's COVID-20, now it's COVID-21. Zacchaeus changed his location. You know, the Bible says he ran ahead of the crowd and climbed up a tree and repositioned himself for that life-changing opportunity. And, you know, we're going to be doing a purpose discovery masterclass from the 18th of January to the 22nd of January, where we are going to be teaching extensively how to discover, what to do after discovery, how to understand your own unique value, and then what to do and how to market that value, and also how to choose a mentor that is suitable to you. Because a Lionel Messi cannot be mentored by a Michael Jordan. They are both athletes. Yeah, because but that's why Messi chose Maradona as his mentor, as his role model. That because Maradona's greatness gave physical proof to the potential of Messi's capacity for the future. You know, what we have seen him become came from the inspiration he drew from a Diego Maradona's success. So there are a lot of young people that I come, even some of them are even in their 30s, 40s, that are still confused.
Yeah.
Many of them are even Christians. They are filled with the Holy Ghost, but they have not been correctly taught that your purpose can be discovered in church, but it's not going to be fulfilled inside the church, inside the walls of the church. You are not supposed to be fixated on marketing whatever you have been given by God as a gift, as an assignment to just your church members. Lagos, for example, has over 18 million human beings. That's a wide market. That's a wide market. So we want to challenge this young generation of Nigerians to begin to see that you can make money in hundreds of thousands, and with continuity and consistency and creativity, you can become a multi-millionaire, still doing what God breathed into you to do on the earth, but combining it with some of these wisdom strategies that you have mentioned tonight. We cannot exhaust everything that that you have to share. So I would just like you to round up tonight by giving maybe a few tips for whoever is watching or listening to how to maximize 2021. The things that just a little, not so much. Let them come for the masterclass.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, so one of the things I will say tonight is first that every well-meaning person that is on this call tonight, and you're struggling to find out what your makeup is. You have tried so many things. You have they have prayed for you. You have fasted. Back in the days, January we do 30 days fasting. July we do another 30 days fasting. We end it with marathon, 2 days marathon, no food. They have poured oil on you. They have poured oil on you. They have laid legs on you. They have laid hands on you. They have laid all sorts of things on you, and you are still confused. And you are still confused about what you are supposed to do or what you are supposed to be doing. I will recommend tonight that the course by my dear brother Noah, starting on the 18th of January, is a course I personally recommend. See, the world is going in a way where you can't afford to be playing around the bush. You can't afford, see, we have such a limited time, and it's important for us to begin to have insight into what we are supposed to be doing. Everybody on this call tonight, if you have not figured out what you are called to do, that is a course to attend. It's just for a few days. That's a course to attend to know what you're called to do. I struggled a lot growing up, especially on the subject of money. I struggled a lot. I was poor, oppressed, and I was stupid at the same time. But when the word stupid came to me was when I realized that, man, I had to do something about my finances. And today, I am on the journey. The story has changed and it's still changing. A new me is emerging every now and then. And so I encourage people, while you're trying to live in an economic planet, you're trying to figure out the subject of money, ensure that you know what you're supposed to be doing. Money becomes sweet when we are making it doing what we are fulfilled doing. Money making becomes very interesting when you are not living an apologetic lifestyle, when you are not living at the expense of people, when you are not living another person's agenda. You are living your own agenda and you are making money on your own terms. It becomes very fulfilling that way. It's a combination of achievement and fulfillment in the process. So I encourage that if you have not figured out what you're supposed to do, or you are still not clear about your vision is blurred, you need glasses, or you need your eyes to be washed clean, or you have not found your purpose. That's the course to attend on the 18th of January. It's a few days course. I have seen the modules of the course, and I can guarantee you that after those days, Noah will be able to hold you by the hand, and he will help you figure out. He'll nip it in the bud. I've seen testimonies of people who are doing very well, who have attended this course, and now they know what they are supposed to be doing, and that's exactly what they're doing, and their lives are fulfilled. So enough of saying that we just have to make money. That you can't afford to make money while you're struggling. You will find it difficult. I'm trying to read what Madame has written. You'll find life difficult that way. So I encourage that you attend that course. For questions, how do you balance getting the right value for what you do and the guilt of wanting to fulfill the purpose? Okay. So this is what I would say. I would say that people should find a common ground. to meet. So if you have discovered that this is what you're supposed to be doing and you're still struggling with finances. So another thing again is that a lot of people are drawn towards what they feel they should be doing. You need to be sure. There has to be clarity on the table. You have to really, really be sure. And then what I would say to that again is that every vision is dynamic. Every vision is dynamic. The vision you saw last year, the purpose you think you saw last year that was fitting into the economic situation of last year, it has moved from where it used to be. You need to adapt it to the current situation of things. You need to adapt it to the current situation of things. So if you are the one that you feel that you are a preacher and then people must come to a physical church, COVID-19 came and disrupted things. You need to know how to scale it to an online church so that you adapt it to the season and the moment. So if you're making money from physical church, you need to begin to make money from online church. That's what it means. So I know that for those, I would say tone down religion, tone down. This is what God told me. I know what God. Some of us are very obstinate when it comes to the issue of I know this is what God told me. Relax a bit, relax a bit, relax a bit. Take up the mind of a learner and see from a flexible point of view. I tell people that purpose is simply what you are supposed to be doing as against what you're struggling with. So anytime you see struggle, I'm not saying that things won't be difficult at some point, but anytime you see struggle, consistent struggle, it's a pointer to the fact that knowledge is missing somewhere. So you need to embrace knowledge in your fulfillment of your purpose. You need to embrace knowledge. You need to understand how things are unfolding. You need to understand what is the next phase of life. You need to begin to reinvent yourself from time to time. You need to understand that spending naira is now becoming difficult because people are now spending digital currency. So you need to adapt yourself such that you can begin to spend and to earn digital currency. You need to understand that things are becoming volatile and the economic situation in Nigeria and Africa is becoming so serious that our currencies are not world standard or that can benchmark with international standards. So you need to begin to make foreign currencies and become a global person, even as you fulfill your purpose and as you live out your vision with clarity and certainty. So it is important. So the thing is flexibility. Just be flexible. Have an understanding of when things are not working. So that you have done everything that you know to do does not mean you have done everything that is to be done. Let me say that again. That you have done everything that you know to do does not mean you have done everything that is to be done. If you are not getting the result that you desire, it means that there is a knowledge that is missing somewhere. Every man's ignorance is his secret. When they tell you there are 3 secrets to success, 7 secrets to success, they are just telling you that you are ignorant about some things. So, and the moment you introduce knowledge into the equation, ignorance gives way when knowledge appears. So there is no secret anywhere. Your ignorance is the secret that is covering you from seeing properly. So if you're struggling with making money with your purpose, find out there is something that you need to know. I'm sitting today in my studies. I have lots of books that I consume every day. Before coming to this meeting, I discussed money in one meeting for about an hour before coming into this meeting. And I was making recommendation of books that they can read on financial intelligence, on money making, and all of that. So knowledge all the time, knowledge. And that's why for those who are very religious minded and who are of the Christian faith, it is important to let you know that even God says that his own people, he didn't say your enemies, he didn't say your village people, he didn't say people are he didn't say that your ancestors, he didn't say generational curses, he didn't say your family people, he didn't say your stepmother, he didn't say your half brother, he didn't say he didn't say all the things that he said his own people, his own people. And that's probably the people listening to me tonight. He said we are destroyed because we don't have knowledge. It's just about knowledge. When knowledge is out of place, you are disempowered. If you really want to be empowered to fulfill your purpose with precision, profitability, you need to be empowered in that line. So find knowledge. If you're struggling with making money right now, living your purpose, there's something you don't know that you need to know. It's as simple as that. There is no magic to it. It's as simple as that. There is nothing anybody is doing under heaven that is new. There is nothing. There's nothing that is new here. There's nothing that is new. So there is somebody somewhere that will have done a variant, if not exactly what you're doing. There will have been somebody somewhere that's doing a variant of what you have done before that you can get knowledge from. And because you have access to spiritual resources, why not go back to the scriptures? You see, the challenge I see most of the time with people is that
Yes, sir.
Christian, some of our Christian folks, when they read their Bible, what they see in their Bible is how women should not braid their hair. When I read that part of the Bible, me, I see how to start air plug business. I see how to start. I see how to start bone straight business. That's what I see. For you are seeing how women should not put attachments.
They are sitting
When
on Moses' judgmental mindset.
When you are seeing where women should know wear makeup and jewelry and the likes of it, me, I'm seeing how to start a jewelry business because
Beauty, that's beauty
do you
industry.
understand? Do you understand? So flexibility, open up your mind. If you're struggling to make money living your purpose, there's something that you need to know that you have not encountered yet. There is a knowledge, there's a light that you need in that area. The practical way is sit down to generate ideas. I advise people always to keep an idea journal. Generate ideas, streamline your ideas, do what I call mind mapping. So put all of these things together and begin to see which one works and which one would not work, which one will work in an area and which one will work in an area. And then nip it in the bud, the one. So it's not a crime to try things. Try things out on your journey to fulfilling your purpose. Try things out. Some will work, some will not work. Try things out. Learn new things. Try them out. Try them out. If it's to open a church, open it. If it's to start an online ministry, start it. Don't be afraid to take the step. 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 You have been able to build yourself over the years and very valuable, but you're invited to a place and they want to pay you what does. Okay, so sometimes we are wired in such a way that or things happen that people the premium people place on you is below your standard. Sometimes you weigh the environment, you check the situation that surrounds the situation. Sometimes it's okay to embrace some of those things, but communicate what you are worth. It's okay to accept those invitations. It's okay to accept those invitations. It's okay to deliver that value that is expected of you, but you have to communicate what you are worth in return.
Truly worth that. When there's an amount of time they want to engage your services, they understand that what they paid the last time is not what you will receive. Okay. We are not out of content, but we are out of time because of the Instagram 1 hour.
Oh, are there still limitations on Instagram? I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Oh, really? That's new knowledge for me then. I was still working. We have to do this under 1 hour so that it will be available to.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Okay, that's great news. So that means you still have a few things to share. So I have to ask you. There's a coaching program you do at the moment that I want you to talk about in case there's somebody on this call that needs to sign up. I think you call it the financial.
Financial Freedom Accountability Program. Financial Freedom Accountability Program is a place where it's a place where I hold people by the hand to show them practical ways to make money and to grow their money. So I figure out that financial freedom is, in my own judgments, I figure out that financial freedom and financial independence is 20% psychological, 20% intrinsic, 20% cognitive, but 80% behavioral. So that is to say that 20% is about what you know and 80% is about what you do with what you know. One of the things that I encourage people who are sources of income to do is to budget. One of the things that I encourage people who do not know anything at all is to read. If I turn around now, I can produce 4 books on money that are in my study right now. So I'm constantly developing myself.
Reading.
And so it's a community where I practically show people how to make money. So I have different sources of income. I have different streams of income, and I'm still growing. And I'm still growing in making money.
It's a coaching plan where they subscribe
Yes, it
at
is.
a particular
It's
cost.
a,
Okay.
it's a 4 weeks online course, and it's very cheap, $50. It's very cheap, $50. It's an
Wow.
equivalent of 35,000 naira. It's very cheap. It's a 4 weeks program that comprises of live classes, WhatsApp mastermind focus groups, and recorded programs and a series of emails and all of that. And one of the things that I do is that I give people a lifetime, I call it lifetime template towards financial freedom.
From our guest tonight.
You can, if you check my social media handle on Instagram, you will see.
Okay, I really have to let you go now, sir. I know you still have a lot to share, but
thank you
because of the time, and I really respect your time, and I know your wife and your children also need you at this time. I'm going to confirm if Mr. Victor will be available as one of our guest facilitators during the Purpose Discovery Masterclass. But from the much he has shared tonight, you see that you need to register for that masterclass because you never can tell. He might just be one of our guest facilitators, one of the sessions. Especially, we have a course called From Talent to Business. Talent to Business, where we show our participants how to turn their